career starts, he's only given up 4 stolen bases. And I talked about it. He's got a wipeout slider over his career. It's a 180 average with only a 293 slug on it, 34% K rate.
Let's take a look at the defense behind him. Brought to you by your Tri-State Chevy dealers. Carlson, Cowser, and Beavers. Left to right in the outfield. Infield, Jackson, Henderson, Holiday, and Mayo. That's third to first. The rookie Samuel Basayo behind the plate. Ryan Mountcastle, the DH. And Bradish is on the mound. All right, Joe, it's time for the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, I talked about he's coming off a 14-month layoff, so the Yankees need to extend advance on him. His high in pitch count is 88. I don't think they're going to let him go over 100, so get him out of the game. Trent Grisham's kind of got back in the swing of things after going 1 for 25 in 8 games. He is 6 for 17 in his last 4 games with 3 homers and 8 RBIs. And the Yankees are coming home. They're 43-37 on the road. This is their last road game. They are tied with the best record in the AL with those 43 wins with Cleveland.
Now the home plate umpire today is Edwin Jimenez, and let's take a look at him. He's hitter friendly, just in his 3rd major league season, so he hasn't really declared yet. Fewer inside strikes on lefty batters, fewer low strikes on right-handed batters. Yankees coming in 87-68. The Orioles 73-82. Final game of the 4-game set, the last road game in the regular season of the season, and then 3 games against the White Sox and 3 games against the Orioles to finish it off. Grisham's ready. Bradish is ready. And let's do it here in Baltimore. First pitch is low, we're underway. Lights are on, it's overcast. No hint of any sunlight at this point.
But no rain in the forecast,
no,
which is good.
The 1-0. There's a strike. Yankees have won 4 or 5 and 7 of 10 since August 11th. They're 25-12, and that is the best record in Major League Baseball. The team that they're chasing, the Blue Jays, have lost 4 in a row. So the Yankees come into action today 2 games back of first place in the American League East. But we've explained this before. They really have to gain 3 games on Toronto because Toronto holds the head-to-head tiebreaker against the Yanks. Red Sox are 2 games back of the Yankees.
And Toronto and the Red Sox play next week.
Yep.
So you're going to gain on someone if you win.
Two and 2. Game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. 72 degrees. The clouds, they're non-threatening, and it feels like 72 degrees.
So I saw that threatening, and it's under humidity. I'm thinking, what's threatening humidity?
They're really expanding their breath. The 2-2. Up the middle, Henderson, 1 down.
You know, Michael, the Yankees have 47 first-inning home runs. Tied with the Atlanta Braves in 23 is the most. They got about, I don't know, 7 more chances, 7 more games to collect that record. I think it's very possible.
Could be done right here, and he could get his 50th.
Get it all out of the way, Michael.
All out of the way. So here's Judge. Oh and 1.
And that has been a huge improvement for him. He developed a sinker in 1993, had a 2023, had a fantastic year, was 4th in Major League Baseball in ERA. So this is a guy I think is just waiting to be an ace.
Judge coming in with a 329 average, so looking for his first batting title. 2nd place in the American League, the ace Jacob Wilson. He is at 318, so 11 points behind the Yankee captain. And Judge has really turned it on in September. In 18 games, hitting 368 in the month of September. And he loves hitting against the Orioles. 9 games against the Orioles, 14 for 31, 452 with 4 home runs.
You know what number sticks out to me? You're talking about those 18. He's got a .519 on base percentage. That's just not normal. People don't do that.
Two. Swing and a miss. Judge down on strikes.
Yeah, he's really got 2 different sliders. He's got the one that he'll throw up in the zone that doesn't have a ton of depth, but when he gets extended and gets it down, ooh, it's special, Michael.
So here is Cody Bellinger. 1 for 10 in this series so far. Lined into left center field and run down by Carlson for the final out. So the Yankees go down in order, 1, 2, 3. It's the Yankees nothing, and the Orioles coming to bat. Utah Street, right? It's right beyond right field and in front of the warehouse. Nobody has reached it yet for the Orioles this year. 4 times last year. Let's take a look at the Orioles starting lineup. Brought to you by Stop and Shop. Jackson Holiday, Dylan Beavers, and Gunnar Henderson at the top. Then it's Mountcastle, Pasayo, and Jackson. That's in the middle. And the bottom third, Cowser, Mayo, and Carlson. Kyle Bradish we saw. It's the start for the O's.
Well, the young right-hander's had a great year, and he has been a big pickup for the Yankees in a sense. He got called up in June and has really filled in well in this rotation.
Let's check out the Nissan pitcher scatter report, Joe.
Well, he needs a bounce-back start. His last start against Minnesota, it was just didn't finish well, Michael. He went 4 2/3 innings, gave up 4 runs. He walked 5 guys, which is a career high. It just wasn't pretty. Here it comes. Pitchers have thrown 800 pitches. He has the 4th highest average velo at 98. Hunter Green is 99.3, the leader in that category. And keep it simple. On fastballs 97 and above, the Orioles are the 5th lowest batting average at 201, the 4th lowest slug, and a 30% K rate, which is the 3rd highest.
The 1-0. 98 foul back into the glove of Wells. Holiday 0 for 8 in this series. He's 0 for his last 17. 21-year-old in his 2nd season. And a strike.
Michael, I think baseball has changed in a sense. It seems like all the hard throwers get rushed to the big leagues. And minor league kids don't see a ton of hard throwers, but everyone is chasing spin, so they see a ton of breaking balls. It used to be in my generation, when we came up, we could hit the fastball, not the breaking ball. You see it the other way around a lot of times. They don't hit the real good fastballs now.
Well, they look at him. Holiday down on strikes. Check out the defense behind Schlittler. Brought to you by your Tri-State Chevy dealers. Dominguez, Grisham, and Bellinger left to right in the outfield. McMahon, Caballero, Chisholm, and Rice third to first. Wells behind the plate. Volpe and Stanton have the day off.
Yeah, just a perfect pitch. Inside, it has a little run to it. It nips that top of the zone. Ooh.
0-1 on Beavers.
I love that he's already thrown a curveball, because if he was to get on and Beavers has been on, you have it for Henderson, their best hitter in the lineup.
Well, since Beavers was called up on August 16th, only one player walks a higher percentage of the time, and that's Aaron Judge. 23.6 for Judge, 20.2 for Beavers. And Joe, that's very odd for a young player to have that kind of patience.
Yeah, but you look at his minor league numbers, Michael, and I think he had like a 400 on-base percentage in AAA. But yes, you are correct. Being this young, having so few of at-bats in the big leagues, not knowing the pitchers and what they're going to do to you, he's been extremely patient and has not chased a lot.
Grounded foul. "24 years old. He earned a call-up after hitting .304 with 18 homers and 23 steals for the Orioles AAA affiliate in Norfolk.
Yeah, he has really good speed, and a lot of times you don't think someone who's so tall and big is going to have really good speed, but he does.
Actually was a teammate with Ben Rice in the Cape Cod League in 2021.
You know what team they played for?
I do, and I can't pronounce it. Cotuit?
Cotuit. I played there.
Catlears?
Cotuit Catlears.
Everybody I talk to that played in the Cape Cod League says it's one of the great experiences of their life.
Absolutely loved it.
And down goes Beavers. Did you ever live with a family in the town?
I did, and there were 3 other guys in the house with me, and I still, talk to them occasionally. Kevin Pearson, who went to Oklahoma. John Toll, who was a Secret Service, was in New York. I see him at the ballpark. He went to Oklahoma. Perry Ceccarelli, really a funny guy from Arizona.
Now, how does that work? Do you pay the family, or they just take kids in for the good of their heart?
I think they just took us in, but and I don't remember, Michael, so long ago, but we did have jobs. I cut grass for a guy who owned properties till about 1 o'clock every day, and then we'd go to the ballpark.
1-1.
Oh, a little Michael K chant. You're big here. We walked home last night. We go outside.
You bolted away from me so fast.
Wait a minute. You were supposed to. I was trying to follow you so I could kind of, blend in with the crowd. We didn't get out the door, and you got stopped for pictures, and I just kept walking. I'm like, I'm not stopping.
And the thing that bothered me is I told your wife that I was going to be your muscle, and then I got nervous because you just ran away from me.
Yeah, I just stayed with the crowd. And it was that way in Minnesota. Everyone seemed to recognize you when we were walking out.
I was going to be Joe's muscle, yes. Our producer doesn't understand that. Swing and a miss. What a first inning for Schlittler as he strikes out this side. We played one here in Baltimore. 0-0 on Yes. Well, let's check out FanDuel's live same-game parlay. We'll judge it a home run. How about Caballero getting a hit? Cam Schlittler, 7 or more strikeouts. He has 3.
Surprised that number didn't change.
Ben Rice takes outside. Hit sharply and past the diving Henderson in the left center field. A base hit for Rice.
Another rocket off the bat of Ben Rice. It's something he's been doing all year long, and you're going to see this fastball away, this sinker. His sinker has more run than sink, and he just smokes it by Gunnar Henderson. No chance. If he comes up with it, he might have a chance to throw him out, but it was just hit too hard to his right.
Here's Jason Dominguez. A little different for Dominguez. He started 90 of the Yankees' first 118 games, 76%. Now 12 of the last 38, down to 32%. And the Yankees and Aaron Boone are kind of in a nebulous situation. You want him to continue to grow, but your first priority is to win.
Yes, it's different here than in some other places where you're looking at allowing players to just get better and develop. That's not the case here. You got to win.
Center field, Cowser, 1 down.
But I've been impressed at how sharp he stayed, you know, at the plate.
Here's Jazz Chisholm. You know, we just heard you say here you have to win, and you know everybody knows that's the rules of engagement. And I was really impressed by what Jazz Chisholm said the other day. He said, this place has made me a better player. He said, it's all about winning. He said, that's all the concentration every single day. He said, I only want to play here for the rest of my life. He said, it just makes you a different, better player.
I definitely agree because of the expectations, the edge that the fans bring, the energy that the fans bring. I mean, you're here in Baltimore, and you have so many loud cheers for Yankees players. I mean, like Aaron Judge during the introduction, and when they make a great play, a strikeout. It just, no matter where you go, your fans are there and they expect a lot, and it makes you a better player.
1-2 on Jazz.
And guys, to your point, I was talking to Ryan McMahon the other day about the intensity of September, and he's kind of in awe with the way that Yankees fans travel. I mean, this is a guy that is used to playing in front of a Rockies crowd that, let's be honest, has been pretty thin a lot of times for him, not playing in meaningful games in September. He said, here you never need to get up for a game. You're already excited to get out there and play and compete. That's just the culture.
Jazz strikes out for the second out. Second strikeout for Bradish.
Yeah, another outstanding breaking ball for Kyle Bradish. I mean, that is his thing. The breaking ball and the sinker. Doesn't have a changeup, doesn't have a split. In with those two devastating breaking balls and the great sinker, he produces a low ERA.
And Caballero swings and misses.
I think that would have been my plan, Michael. I don't want to get to the breaking ball. And I talked about it's important for the Yankees to extend at bats on him. I wouldn't have been one of those guys trying.
Henderson will step on second, and that'll do it. No runs here. One man left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. No score. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by FanDuel. FanDuel wants to send you to the 2025 World Series. Take a quick quiz on responsible gaming for your chance to go to the Fall Classic. By Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. By your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by Optimum Fiber. Get Optimum, the fastest fiber internet. Don't take slow for an answer. Two of the greatest TV shows of all time. The Wire and The Sopranos. Mountcastle shrugs out of the way of a fastball.
Yeah, that would not have felt good off of that lead elbow, and it doesn't look like he has a guard on, which is unusual. So many players wear guards today.
Foul back to the screen. Yankees haven't clinched anything yet. Their magic number is 5 to get a playoff spot.
So the earliest they could do it would be Wednesday, because you can only gain 2 a day.
Right.
Someone's win and someone's loss.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. And the 2 teams that are the lowest on the totem pole in the wild card are Houston and Cleveland.
Yep.
You know what's amazing is you see this postseason. Cleveland's a game back in the loss column now. They've picked up 8 games on Detroit in the last 10 games. They're 10-0 and Detroit's 2-8.
It's hard to believe what's going on.
Baseball's fun. There's a ton of races. The NL wild card, the AL wild card, the AL West.
Yeah, all the divisions now are in play. East, Central, and West in the American League. 3-2 on Mountcastle. Foul ball. And there are teams that dip their toe in the water, Joe, and then say, no, it's too cold. So Texas won 6 in a row. And now they've lost 6 in a row.
I was wondering where you were going with it. They were right there, too.
Yeah.
That was a 3-team race. And they were getting back in the wild card. But they had one of the tougher schedules left. When you go back like 10 games ago, it was like, ooh, they had a rough September. But I would say the Rangers are out at this point. I know they're not mathematically eliminated, but I would say they're out.
Well, they're 5 back with 7 to play. So
Yeah.
3-2. Still 3-2. You said Rangers are out. They just took them off the graphic.
They're not officially eliminated, but really close.
But with the Joe Girardi index, they are. Line drive right at Chisholm. So the Orioles finally put a ball in play. 1 down.
Okay, are you buying my, and I know, don't look at the numbers.
Okay.
My Rafael Devers comparison here. Same age called up. Power to the opposite field.
Now, from what I remember, you could correct me, Devers was thicker even when he was young. This guy's kind of tall, and I wouldn't say lean.
He's not lean. No. This is a big young boy here. Strong lower half. Open stance. Really good bat speed. And I looked at his AAA numbers. 40 extra base hits in 73 games. That's like Ohtani and Judge, what they do. If you go over 150 games, they have like 80 something. So he's an extra base hitter machine play catch or play first base?
Well, I've got to see him redirect a Chapman fastball to left center.
All right.
They already signed him to an 8-year, $67 million extension, and they must think highly of him because they gave him a very highly esteemed number in Oriole lore, 29. That's our Kenny Singleton's number.
I thought you were talking about the 67 million.
Well, as crazy as it sounds, that's not that highly esteemed in baseball these days.
It is for a rookie, though.
Yes, it is. Three and two.
I mean, that's a pretty good take where he doesn't even offer.
And the payoff, swing and a miss. 99 miles an hour, strikeout number 4.
He's done a really good job of going up in the zone for strikeouts today. And there's another one, just a little bit of a foul tip. Wells is able to hold on, and like you said, Michael, 4 strikeouts already.
Here's Jeremiah Jackson. He's been in the outfield. Now they have him at third base today.
He's got a couple errors at third base in his 8 starts, but this is a guy, and you see the numbers there. This is a team that hasn't had a lot of success on hard fastballs, but a lot of the guys who are here are gone.
Fly ball left field, and that's going to be in there for a base hit. Dominguez will play it off the wall, and Jackson with a 2-out double. That's first base hit, first base runner for Baltimore.
Yeah, that cutter just kind of hung up in the zone. He hasn't thrown any yet until that one. He's been throwing his curveball. You can see it. It almost backs up and really has no depth. There's that pitch again, Michael.
It's amazing if we splice together all the times that all of you guys said that was off a cutter. It's amazing how much damage is done on that pitch. Here is Colton Cowser, 8 for his last 71 since the end of August. That's 113. Strike.
And this is a guy with a really high chase and a high strikeout. And a lot of his chases come on changeups, not something that we'll be seeing from Cam today, but the curveball down in the zone should be really effective too.
And 2 on Cowser. 1 hit and 4 at bats so far in the series. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 5 for Cam Slittler. No runs a hit. 1 man left. We're going to the third. 0-0 in Baltimore. Time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Today's picture is from Aaron, who took a family trip from South Carolina to Boston to watch the Yankees and the Red Sox earlier this road trip. Hope you enjoyed the trip. Hope you saw one of the 2 wins. The end of the regular season is approaching, but keep posting your pictures to social media with the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride.
I see a lot more sun in that picture than I see out here.
I wonder if it's stock footage. But we would never do something like that. Wells 5 for his last 10. 1-1.
It's been really good to see him get going again. He's had a really pretty good September. He's been catching a lot more again. Rice had kind of taken over like half the duties in August, maybe even a little bit more, but you're seeing Rice play first and Wells play a lot of behind the plate, and he started to hit again. Yeah, if we look at this last strikeout thing, this is a no-no. Caballero's coming in for a pickoff, and Cam's delivering the ball. It just leaves a wide open hole between short and third, and you got to make sure you're on the same page there, that you're holding your ground if he's going to come home. And as a pitcher, if you see that, a lot of times they'll step off because you don't want to leave that hole wide open.
Two and 2 on Wells. Wells, McMahon, and Grisham. 8, 9, and 1 here in the 3rd inning. You know, I was asking around before the game, Joe, like if the Yankees won today and the Blue Jays lost, and it would be 1 game, would the Yankees rejigger things and have Fried pitch Tuesday, which would allow him to pitch Sunday?
I was asking that.
And the answer I got from people in the know, absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thought because it sets up for him to be able to pitch on Sunday if you need him to pitch.
Right.
But I think you're probably right, Michael, that they will just stay in rotation, and he would be set up for game 1. And they're able to clinch a spot in the wild card.
The only reason I think it's worth debating is, you know, it's a big difference winning the division than winning the wild card.
And if they win the division, they're probably going to have the best record, so they're going to get the first round off. Looking for Meredith to do a little recon on that for us.
And the weird thing is, if Fried pitched Tuesday, it would be on normal rest because he pitched Thursday.
Yes.
And then Sunday would be on normal rest. So you can't pitch him Wednesday, and then if you have to win that Sunday game, pitch him on short rest. You don't want to do that. But I was told that's not a consideration. Right now, the way it plays, that Sunday game would be started by Luis Gil. Three and 0. And he walked him. So McMahon, in a 2 for 20 slump, works a walk against Bradish.
He's always been a guy that's walked more than the league average, 11.9 compared to 8.4%. So he does have a pretty good eye. And it just, you hope it extends the inning. You got a hot hitter up who's had multiple hits in 3 out of the last 4 games, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs.
Waved at that pitch, did Grisham. 0-1.
That was old Uncle Charlie. Watch the depth on this curveball, and it is straight down. He sees fastball until about the last 10 feet, and then you see it just dart down.
Blocked by Basayo.
Yeah, this is a pretty good block here, and it's a curveball. It's off a lot of the shoulder, kind of missed the pad. And a lot of times you know, you have that, see the little flap on the right? I didn't wear it on my throwing shoulder. I wore it on my other one. I don't understand why he doesn't have a flap on the left, because that won't affect your throwing. Don't get that, Michael.
That is odd.
It looks like he's got a little, the dirt. See the red dirt off the ball on his shoulder? That's going to leave a mark, Michael.
And it did?
Yeah, no, but I'm talking a mark underneath his shirt.
Grounded foul.
What percentage of times that Trent Grisham has gotten 2 strikes on him has he called timeout before he gets back in the box? 90?
98.6.
Yeah.
Which is normal.
And it's almost like he thinks about it first and he says, okay, I'm going to do it.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Grisham.
And his curveball has always been a big pitch for him. Not quite as big as the slider, not quite as good when it comes to average and slug. But this year he struggled. He has hung it a few times this year, but today it is outstanding. It has been down in the zone, and it's been a big swing and miss.
Here's Judd, struck out in the first. Center field. Cowser is there, puts it away, and that'll do it. Yankees strand one. We go to the bottom of the third. Nothing.
He's been great. He's kind of taken me under his wing a little bit. You know, him and Garrett when he's around. So he's been a great help. So just trying to not get too much in the way, but trying to, you know, help me out when I need it. And you know, he's been a good guy to, you know, ask questions, get some criticism on, and make those adjustments. So it was good for him to get out there yesterday and kind of watch me throw and make some comments and when he saw something.
Pretty good resource, Joe. You have Rodon, you have Garrett Cole. I'm sure he talks to Max Fried as well.
Yeah, and you've had 2 guys that have kind of flipped. Garrett Cole was not a big 4-seamer when he was in Pittsburgh, and then he flipped when he went to Houston. And Carlos Rodon was 4-seam slider most of the time. Now has become seeker changeup.
The smooth McMahon fields and fires. He makes tough plays look easy.
Yes, he does. I mean, he's been such an outstanding defender for the Yanks, and especially with the left-handers on the mound, he's so important. This is a nice backhand. He knows he has time, and he has such a strong arm that it allows him to take his time and not have to rush, because as players, the last thing you want to be is rushed, and it allows him to be accurate. But talking about pitch, you're talking about 2 really successful pitchers that have had to make adjustments as time has went on in their careers and from the beginning, and that's what you need to do as a pitcher. You need to continually make adjustments because people make adjustments to you, the hitters do.
And Aaron Boone said that guys like Rodon and Garrett Cole love paying it forward to the younger players. And in speaking with Cam, he said, I am going to listen if one of those guys is going to give me a little bit of advice. He was talking about his bullpen session where he made some delivery adjustments to his fastball in particular. If you look back at that last start against the Twins, he had 5 walks in that one. He's known as a strike thrower. He was upset with himself about the way he could not command the zone. He wanted to make sure he was able to come in this afternoon and throw strikes. And we have seen that so far, but just the culture they've created as a pitching staff, they've been incredibly successful over the last 42 games. They are 20-7 with a 2.92 ERA. That is the best ERA in Major League Baseball over that span, guys.
And they faced some tough teams in that stretch too.
So 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd, back to the top of the order, and Jackson Holliday, who struck out looking, didn't like the call, thought it was high. That was in the 1st inning. 0 for 18 slump for the 21-year-old.
In the previous 27 games, Michael, he was so good too. He was taking a lot of walks. He was hitting for a high average, hit some home runs. He had 23 walks in the previous 27 games and only struck out 19 times. So you're saying, okay, he's turning the corner. He's even getting better. But there's been a lot of improvement from this young man. And you know what's amazing? I think about, like, there's so much expected of him because he's 1-1. Michael, if he had went to college, he would have been in the draft this year. And he's been in the big leagues a year and a half already. It's incredible.
It's those guys that become the outliers, like when you get called up early, like Alex Rodriguez, like Juan Soto. Then all of a sudden you become a free agent at 26.
It's a good time to be a free agent because you haven't really even reached your prime yet. Prime is 27.
2-2 on Holiday.
At what age does a broadcaster, a play-by-play guy, reach his prime?
I'll tell you,
and it lasts a long time.
You would hope.
Yeah.
The 2-2. High fly ball, left field, way up there. And Dominguez puts it away. Oh, 1-2 inning for Slittler. Garrett Cole likes what he sees. Suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com for your Yankees gear and today's special offer.
You know, Michael talked about Cam talking to Garrett and Carlos. I love that Wells is talking to Garrett because as a young catcher, I used to go to Greg Maddux all the time. And there were even times that I would look at him for a pitch call because he was so bright and knew so much about pitching and getting hitters out that it was just a brain that I loved to pick. And that's the same thing about Garrett Cole. If you're a young catcher and you have someone on Garrett Cole, like on your staff, you can pick his brain all the time about pitching.
So you would look into the dugout and have Maddux call a pitch every now and then?
When I was young, yes. His fastball really seems to jump at the hitters. I mean, that's at 93. It looked like it was about 98.
So I heard a story a couple of weeks ago about Maddux. Tell me if it rings true. So he signs that big free agent contract with the Braves. And Leo Mazzoni is the one who tells the story, the pitching coach. And the first bullpen in spring training, it's popped up foul. He's all over the place, Joe. He's spraying the ball. I mean, this guy with pinpoint control, and Mazzoni's going, oh my goodness. And doesn't say anything. And then, they walk back and doesn't engage with him at all. He's a new pitching coach, and Maddux is already Maddux. And then the next day, Maddux comes up to him and said, well, what'd you think about that bullpen yesterday? He goes, Mazzoni goes, well, this is a test. He goes, it was awful. I've never seen anything like it. You were terrible. And Maddux goes, it's just what I wanted to hear. Now I could trust you. And they went out the next bullpen and was like dotting.
Yeah.
Does that sound like
oh,
yes,
yes. He was a magician with the baseball. He could make it move so many different directions. But the strength of his was his command. And he was 93, 94, when he was up in the years in Chicago. But the movement on his sinker, he developed the cutter to combat, left-handers leaning out over the plate. And, yeah, that's Greg Maddux. He was very bright, very competitive. As competitive as any player I'd ever been around. In everything that you did, whether it was a video game. I mean, we had security come to our rooms because they thought we were having a party, and it was Harkey and I playing Barry Hill and Greg Maddux in video games. And we're like, no, it's just the four of us. A tremendous card player.
We know a great golfer.
Great golfer, yeah. He was something. He was great to be around.
Well, that was the late Gene Michaels white whale. He really tried to sign him, and they thought they had him. And then the Braves came in at the last moment, and then the Yankees pivoted and got Jimmy Key, and that turned out to be terrific as well. But, Greg Maddux, Hall of Famer, has Bellinger down on strikes.
Yeah, you see that slider, the depth on it, the late movement, the sharpness of it. It just kind of disappears underneath your bat.
Check out Leaders, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Home ERA leaders since 2023. Bradish is fourth behind Skubal, DeGrom, and Wu.
And it's amazing. You don't hear a lot about him. And I know he's been gone and out of sight, out of mind. But they're talking about they need to go sign possibly a top-end starter and rebuild their bullpen. I think they got some top-end starters here, and he's one of them. I think their biggest need is their bullpen. They have to rebuild it.
Rice lost one to left field. Carlson puts it away. We talk about, from 2003 on. Bradish's 2003 was just terrific. Team won 101 games. He was top 3 in American League in ERA, opponent's average and OPS, ground ball rate, homers per 9, and WAR. He finished 4th in the Cy Young voting that year. Garrett Cole 1, Sonny Gray 2nd, Gosman 3rd, and Bradish was 4th.
Yeah, he
29 years old.
Fantastic. And then 2024 started off great. Might even have been better than 2023, but then he ended up hurting his elbow. And like you said, he's been gone for 14 months. But Tell you what, it doesn't look like he's lost anything.
Oh and 1 on Dominguez. Now 0 and 2. That curveball, something special.
Yeah, you're right, Michael. It's really late moving. It's a hard downer, 12-6. It's just hard to make it. And then he uses his fastball up well.
Swing and a miss. That one's on a slider. 6 strikeouts for Bradish. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still no score.
He's got a whip.
Time for the Audi electric moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today. That fastball from Slipper is electric.
Oh, it sure is. Whether it's inside, high. I mean, that's where he gets so many swings and misses up in the zone. You just can't catch up. Your mind tells you it's going to be lower than it is. You swing underneath it, and you swing and miss.
He has the 80 fastest pitches by a Yankee starter this season. All 99 and above.
Okay, who else, though, even throws? I mean, we've seen Max Fried hit 98.
Gotten up to 98, yeah.
Yeah.
Rodon every now and then will hit
97.
97, yep.
What a nasty sinker. Luis Hill probably has some, too.
Yep. Warren usually sits at 94, 95. Will occasionally touch 96. And when you talk about the game changing, Joe, there's the game, how it's changed. Now 96 is the guy who throws the softest in your rotation.
Yeah, it's truly amazing. And then when you see a guy throwing 90, 91, you're like, well, he doesn't have much. But,
right.
But those guys still have a place in this game because of their ability to hide the ball and locate.
I just wonder if those guys could get drafted in a high position, because no scout wants to stake his reputation and his job on, like, well, this guy's got great command.
Yeah, you have to be able to project. If a young kid in high school is maybe throwing 90, 91, and you see that he's really thin, he's tall, you got to believe that there's a lot more out there. Kind of like Cam. And he was drafted out of college, but there wasn't this type of fastball when he was in college. But through work, probably getting stronger physically, weighted ball stuff, you see 99 now.
But don't you think, Joe, that a guy throws steady 91, 92 can change speeds and has great command, could be a very successful pitcher?
Absolutely. I still think you can do it in this day and age, but you better be able to command it.
Right field on the run is Bellinger, reaches up to make the play to retire Beavers.
Yeah, he got Bellinger the other day, correct? Beavers robbed him of a single in front of him in left field. Little payback. He gets such great jumps on the ball in his 6'3" frame, and he makes it so easy. He just has the ability to run baseballs down and be in the right spot.
Here's Gunnar Henderson.
All right, Michael, this might take a little bit of time, but I'm going to try to get through this really quick. I always want to have an answer. 16 home runs this year, 37 last year. So I looked into a ton of numbers. His ground ball rate is up. His fastball or his fly ball rate is down. His pop up is up. His exit velocity is down a little bit, only 1 mile an hour on average. But his fastball exit velocity on fly balls is down 3%. 3% is 20 feet basically.
Right.
And that's why he doesn't have the home runs that he had last year when he hit 37 and was over a 9 WAR. He's not hitting the ball in the air nearly as hard as he did last year.
Now, is there a reason for that?
I think he's just a little off because the pop-up rate is up, so I think he's just under it. He could be a little bit late on the fly balls. And when you're late, you kind of have to catch up by swinging up more, and you pop balls up. I mean, he still had a really good year, but it's not the year that put him in consideration for the MVP last year.
Top second, Toronto leads 2-0 over the Royals. And the Twins up again, looking to win their 11th in a row.
Cleveland.
Cleveland over the Twins. Yeah.
They're winning today?
Yeah, 2-0. And Detroit is losing.
Oh, my goodness. And Detroit goes to Cleveland next week.
Yep, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Line to left field, coming on Dominguez to make the play.
I feel like Cleveland's flipped the script on Detroit this year, where Detroit kind of sold at the deadline last year and then they took off. Cleveland sold at the deadline some, and they have taken off, and Detroit ended up winning the division. I don't know, you'd almost have to bet on Cleveland the way things are going.
It's stunning. It's one of the, if they do not win the Central, it's one of the greatest collapses in baseball history.
We've seen some collapses in that division the last few years. You think about Minnesota's collapse 2 years ago.
Toronto's now up 3-0 over Kansas City.
That's not what you want, Mike. Salvi Perez needs to hit a grand slam or something. I'm looking at these swings that Mountcastle's had. He has been more aggressive on the breaking ball than he has the fastball, and they've been better swings. I think I'd be somewhat careful on this breaking ball to him.
Those are the Central standings. The Royals still have not been eliminated, but close.
Cleveland's won 10 in a row.
Yep.
In that span, Detroit's been 2-8.
That's how it happens.
There was a point that it seemed like in the middle of July when Detroit had the best record in baseball. They were about 12 games up.
Swing and a miss, chased upstairs. 6 strikeout for Schlittler. We played 4 in Baltimore. 0-0 right here on Yes. it's time for pitching decisions presented by Sage.
Well, he's had a great curveball today and a great slider, and he's gotten 6 strikeouts. See another slider to Jason Dominguez there, and through 4 innings, he's only thrown 52 pitches, 6 strikeouts.
Jazz Chisholm jumps on the first pitch and pops it foul, out of play. In the series, Jazz is 3 for 11. Picked up his 30th home run. Now part of the 30-30 club. 4th time in Yankee history, 3rd player. Right over our booth.
They had the total distance on that ball going backwards 231 on the board. Yeah. And Jazz is upset with himself. He felt like he had a curveball to hit. And he just pulled it. But it's hard when the guy's throwing 95, 96 up in the zone, and then you have to try to time that curveball not to be out in front of it.
Two and two. Now 2-2.
Pretty good block by Pasayo. I mean, he didn't really get down on both knees, but he was able to keep it in front of him. He's really, as big as he is, he's really fairly athletic, and I don't mean in speed. I'm talking about the other things. He moves side to side pretty well.
Jazz chases upstairs, strikes out for the 2nd time. Well, Tuesday on Yes, the Bombers are back at the Bronx to kick off the final homestand of the regular season. And it starts with the White Sox. Coverage begins at 6 with Audi batting practice and the pregame, with first pitch scheduled for 7:05 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Seven strikeouts for Bradish. And there's a strike to Caballero.
And that's the other thing that he can do. He can kind of flip in that high slider for a strike before he goes to the one that really darts out of the zone down and away to get ahead in the count. Then he can throw a sinker in on you. He got him from the Angels in 2019 amongst, they got 3 other pitchers in the trade. The other 3, not sure where they ended up, but he was a top 20 prospect in the Angels organization. They got him for Dylan Bundy.
And down goes Caballero. 8 strikeouts for Bradish.
Couple sliders, and then I'm going to do the curveball that goes straight down. Got you leaning out over the plate a little bit.
He has struck out 6 of the last 8 Yankees he's faced. Wells pops up. Henderson makes the catch in shallow left, and Bradish is making it look easy. Another 1-2-3 inning. We're halfway through. Cooking up something special with HexClad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. Down on the farm, George Lombard Jr. This is what he's done in high A and double A. Carlos Lagrange, 11-8, 3.53, 168 strikeouts, and Spencer Jones, 35 home runs. And that is it deep to right field. And that ball is gone. A long home run for Basayo. First run of the game, it's 1-0 Orioles.
23 home runs in 73 games in the minor leagues, and he hits his 4th home run of the season on a hanging breaking ball, and he hit this ball a long ways, Michael.
420 feet.
He's got a lot of power. He's going to be a guy that's in their plans for many years to come as a catcher slash first baseman. Puts on the Ravens helmet.
Good hands. He got the helmet after it fell off right behind his back. This is the inning that he ran into trouble in Minneapolis. Lost the plate.
He gave up a 2-run homer. He gave up a single and then a 2-run homer. And then he ended up walking 3 guys after that, and they had to go get him.
One and one on Jackson.
It's just a breaking ball that is thigh high. A dangerous hitter with a lot of power and a lot of bat speed. He knew it right when he hit it.
Shallow center. A long way. Chisholm makes the play. A lot of range right there by the second base.
Yeah, again, you see the side view and how he goes down into that back leg. He goes forward a little bit. Some guys like to catch it a little bit more, as you would say. They don't move forward, but there's a lot of weight shift there that really drives the baseball.
Trying to be Derrick Henry. Did you see the catch by the fan?
No.
Oh my goodness. Brought a glove and made a beautiful play. Did you see the guy that caught Mike Trout's 400th home run?
No.
So he brings the ball back.
What a great fan.
And all he wanted was to play catch with Trout.
Wow,
he went out on
that's
the field
cool.
and Trout played catch with him.
Wow. That's a great fan. Knew the significance of the ball to Mike Trout.
Now yesterday, 450th home run for Stanton, Meredith, and he got that ball back.
Pretty cool story. Yankee security was able to get that ball back, and it was a bunch of Yankees fans that caught it. It was a little boy named Everett who was actually wearing a Giancarlo Stanton t-shirt who got the ball, and he happily gave it back to Giancarlo Stanton. And this is after the game, guys. I love the face on little kids. Looking at the face of little kids when they meet some of their favorite players. Their eyes get so big. He gets to meet Giancarlo Stanton. He gets a signed bat from Giancarlo. He's there along with his dad, his friend, a couple signed baseballs. Giancarlo got 450 back. How cool is that?
What a nice catch, young man.
The kid's just staring. Oh, that guy's big.
Just in awe.
And what he said to you on the field yesterday, Meredith, 450 is a nice round number.
Big number.
I think he's looking for another round number.
He said one at a time in true Giancarlo Stanton fashion. Not thinking too far ahead. It took me a while to get to 450. Thinking about it. But
Biggest question for him is health.
yeah.
Yeah. And I think he's going to end up being a Hall of Famer.
I would think so. And you look at what he's done in, what, 70 games, 21 homers, 50-plus RBIs. He's been fantastic this year when healthy.
Well, it's amazing, Meredith, because if you prorate that over 162 games, 49 homers and 130 runs batted in.
Yeah, and he has the highest ratio when it comes to it. One RBI every 4.07 at bats. That's the best in baseball this year.
Well, Matt Blake wants to settle down Slitler right here after he walks Cowser. Let's check out the optimum don't take slow for an answer replay, and here is 450.
Yeah, this was a big home run in the first inning with 2 outs. The inning started with 2 outs, nobody on, and Stanton ends up hitting the sweeper from Sugano. And I tell you what, when you look at the numbers on Sugano's sweeper, people just don't do that. But he hit that 3-run homer, and the Yankees never looked back.
And Joe, he had to go down and get that one, and he said after the game that he wasn't sure that that one was going to go out. He didn't know that he had enough based on the fact that he did have to go down and get it, but he did certainly have enough with that high wall out there.
Yeah, most of his are no doubters.
Yeah. Blink and you miss it.
And you've hit 450, you understand what's a home run and what's not.
And a strike to Mayo.
He's got to make sure he pays a little bit more attention to Cowser. He's 11 for 11 stolen bases, and he got a huge secondary there. I thought he could have went.
One and one.
It's only the second time that he has been in the stretch today, Michael. Really hasn't been much for base runners for the Orioles either.
Shallow right field. Here comes Bellinger. Out number 2. And here's Dylan Carlson.
Yeah, he's been on that up and down shuttle, Michael. I mean, he got called up pretty early. Somebody went on the DL. Cowser went on the DL right away. Then O'Neill went on the DL. But since July in 40 games, he's hit 173. It's been a tough go for him. Not playing every day.
Yeah, 5 times he's been up and down at the minors.
That's the limit, correct? And then,
Yeah,
I think do you become a free agent?
I think you get exposed to waivers. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Runner goes. Foul ball.
Well, they did a little bit of the Yankee, the hop into it. He had a huge jump. I mean, big jump. I'll tell you what, Wells, though, moved his feet very quickly there, quicker than you usually see it. And I think he would have had a shot to throw Cowser out. See him looking at the base runner behind the hitter.
One and one. Keeping him close. Well, we told you at the start of this series, Orioles, no pushovers. They have 13-7 since August 30th. 4th best in the majors. And they've been really good since that awful start. An over 500 team. Snap throw to first, getting back is Cowser.
And Michael, that 13-7 has been because of their pitching, and especially their starting pitching. It has been very good. The Yankees saw Trevor Rogers on Friday. He made it really tough. Bradish has made it really tough so far today. Their offense has struggled a little bit. See, I think when you look at Cowser, he's kind of sped Cam up a little bit. My suggestion would be to come to a set really quickly and just hold the ball as long as you can, and then I don't think you have to rush.
Runner goes. Strike. Throw to second. Stolen base.
Yeah, if he makes an accurate throw, I believe that he gets him. He just bounces it. The Yankees are going to challenge possibly.
Well, it's amazing because I'm sitting here waiting and Adrian Johnson never made a signal. until Caballero turned around and said, well, what is he? And then he spread his arms.
So I'm guessing Adrian Johnson thought it was ball 4. Right. So you don't give a signal when it's ball 4. Pretty good tag by Caballero. Pretty good scoop by Caballero. He gets that little hop into a lead, and he gets rid of it, makes a strong throw. He just bounces it right in front. And I think Adrian Johnson was fooled on the count.
Bottom of the 5th inning, 1-0 Baltimore. Still 3-2 on Carlson. Really battling Cam Slittler. Grisham is there and puts it away for the final out. But the Orioles get on the board with the Basayo home run. They lead 1. We go to the 6th. Thank you, Bob. We told you about Mike Trout's home run. Detroit Tigers have lost 5 straight. And Ohtani, 53rd home run of the season, tied for first in the NL with Kyle Schwarber. And there's a strike to McMahon as we start the 6th inning. It's 1-0 Orioles on the Basayo home run. Shows bunt. Ball 1.
I like he can get Jeremiah Jackson at third base, who has played mostly second and shortstop in his career coming up. The outfield has been something he's done the last 2 years, but not a lot of third base.
Two and 2 on McMahon. McMahon, Grisham, and Judge here in the 6th. Pitch count in great shape for Bradish.
Yeah, his high water mark is 88. Innings wise is 7.
Strike 3. 9th strikeout for Bradish. Check out today's injury report brought to you by Monitor Einstein, the official hospital of New York Yankees. Brandon Woodruff placed on the 15-day IL today with a right lat strain. And now his availability for the postseason is unclear. See what he's done in 12 starts for Milwaukee, 7-2, 3.20. Seen a lot of pitchers go down.
I don't know if I've seen many pitchers come back within like 3 months from a lat strain. Now I think
Look at Heel.
Yeah, I think that Zach Eflin came back fairly quickly, but I would think that he's done for the year. They've lost McGill. They've lost some pretty key pieces. They still lead baseball in wins, but it's not the time of the year you want to be losing pitchers.
1-1 on Grisham. Grisham's 0 for 2. Yankees have just 1 hit, and that's a single by Ben Rice in the second.
I think that another thing that makes Bradish really difficult is obviously his curveball and slider are elite that he uses down in the zone. But his sinker he actually throws up in the zone a lot, and it has that run to it. And usually you don't see that much run on a fastball up. It's a 4-seamer, but he has been really effective with it.
Three and one on Grisham.
See if the third time through they have someone better at bats. It has not been the case for him this year so far. Bradish in his young season for him, only 4 starts. He's gotten in trouble the first time through, but see if they can put some bats together the third time through.
Got the top part of the zone there for strike 3 and 2.
See, there's that high sinker that I think as a hitter you don't really expect. So it's 98.8% of the time now. He stepped out with 2 strikes.
This is the end of a long road trip for the Yankees. They took 2 out of 3 in Boston, 2 out of 3 in Minnesota. They've taken 2 of the first 3 here in Baltimore.
It's been a really good road trip, 43 and 37 on the road. And there was a time period during the season they were having a really hard time winning on the road.
And Grisham works a walk. Only the third base runner for the Yankees. Second walk. They have that 1 hit by Rice. There's Aaron Judge, a strikeout and a fly ball to center. 1 away from 50. And a strike. He has 49 home runs in his career against the Orioles and his 49 home runs for the 2025 season.
Edwin Jimenez has been really good back there today. I don't recall a pitch that was a ball being called a strike or vice versa.
Bradish deals, and that hits Judge. So that moves Grisham to second.
Well, he likes to pitch up with a sinker and into right-handers, and that one just kind of took off on him. And sometimes when you have a sinker that's up in the zone, you fly open a little bit, it's going to take off. And Looks like it hits him on the bottom of the forearm. Ow. That hurts, Michael. And you don't see Aaron show much expression very often, but that hurt. You see him, he's starting to swing, and all of a sudden the ball just takes off and starts running in on him. Tell you what, he'd be a great poker player. He doesn't show much expression on most things.
Yeah, high or low.
That was good, Michael. I don't know if you meant that, but that was good.
Pitch low and inside to Bellinger. Yankees have the tying run at second. Go ahead run at first. We're in the 6th inning. They're trailing 1-0. Still sitting on just 1 hit.
Cody could check a lot of boxes here with the 30th home run and 100 RBIs. He's only had 100 one time. 97. This is the 3rd time he's done that.
Line. There's an out. To second, not in time. And Henderson wants them to check. He thinks that they got Grisham.
Nope. To the naked eye here, I thought he got him too, because I thought his hand was kind of up, but looks like he's safe. The Yankees get another shot at it. Kyle Bradish thought he had an out there, a double play. Here we go. Yeah, he definitely beat that.
So here's Ben Rice. He has the only hit against Bradish. Dietrich ends, one of the 3 lefties, warming in the bullpen. Yankees are saying, yeah, bring them in.
Yes, please get Kyle Bradish out of there. Michael, if Ben Rice was to get a hit or get on anyway, I don't think that they would bring in ends. Because if they do, they're going to see Stanton.
Right.
I think they would wait one more hitter.
And if they're really committed to Stanton, having the entire day off, they have all righties on the bench. They have Rosario, they have Goldschmidt, they have Slater and Volpe.
Yeah, so I think you would wait till Chisholm to bring in the left-hander.
Two and two on Rice.
Yeah, 5 right-handers available on the bench. You have Goldschmidt, who kills left-handers. Rosario kills left-handers. Stanton hits left-handers. It's been really good pinch hitting this year.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Line drive, left field. It is a base hit. Rounding third and coming home is Grisham. He will score. The ball was bobbled by Carlson, and that allowed Grisham to score without a throw. A big hit for Rice, and the game is tied at 1.
Yeah, that's the second hit that he's had off of him the other way on fastballs up in the zone, and Carlson's not able to come up with this ball cleanly, or I believe there's going to be a play at the plate because he got a great jump on the ball. This is probably not even a strike that he lines to left field, but he's going to get to the ball before Grisham ever gets to third base. And there's going to be a play at home, but that little bobble not coming up with it allows the Yankees to score, and I would think that this would be the last hitter is Drew French, the pitching coach, is out there. Good jump by Trent, and he knows anything, you know, put in play, I'm going because there's 2 outs. There's no reason to hesitate, and he ends up scoring. The Yankees respond.
You wonder how much he's annoyed at himself and how much he's annoyed at Carlson.
I think it's more at himself. for hitting Aaron Judge and walking Trent Grisham. I mean, he had been dominant all day, and he ran into a little trouble there. He had one free base pass during the course of the first 5 innings, one walk. Then he has a walk and a hit by pitch in this inning.
So as you predicted, Joe, they will stay with the righty to face Jason Dominguez. Judge to go ahead and run at second base. Rice over at first. Rice just picked up his 58th ribby of the season, and the Yankees' second hit and his second hit of the game.
He's been really good in the month of September too. He has taken off again too.
One and one. Well, against righties, he's held his own. Lefties, he struggled from the right side.
I've always thought he's had a pretty good idea of what the strike zone is left-handed. He'll chase a little bit, but he's not a big chaser. He's fairly patient. He's willing to go the other way. I really believe that whatever they do with him this winter, he has to get at bats somewhere right-handed. And I know it's a long season, but he has to get them.
Skied the other way and out of play. And he's got to play a lot of outfield.
Yeah. And I don't even know if I would have him play when there's a right-hander on the mound. I would just start him games against left-handers, because he has played a whole season.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 1-1 game. The count is full, so that will start the runners. 3-2, 2 outs.
This is where a double in the gap, because it's 3-2, should score Ben Rice easily. Even a ball down the line should score Ben Rice, because he should be able to get a huge jump. As Mayo is way back there behind him. You listen to your first base coach if he's sneaking in.
Chop foul.
It's a high mark for him this year, 90 pitches, Michael.
Judge leads off second. Rice off first. 1-1 game. Top of the 6th. Runners go again. Driven out into left center field and deep. On the run is Carlson. Still on the run. And he makes the play. What a play by Dylan Carlson to keep the game tied. That's a bases clearing double, Joe.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. He didn't make the play on the bat before, but he makes a really good play. And we saw him put him in the outfield for defense the other day. Bradish loves it and catches a little bit of a break.
It is time to name that Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. I feel embarrassed giving this to you.
I know this one. Hey!
Wow.
My last broadcast this year, I know one.
Just gave you a gift.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep that up that long, Troy. I think everybody has it. Kansas City's just scored 2 runs.
There you go.
Toronto 3, Kansas City 2, bottom of the 4th. And there's a base hit off the bat of Holiday. That breaks an 0 for 19. And he has 17 stolen bases, so he's on first to start in 6th.
However, Michael, he's been caught 11 times, and he does a really good job staying back on this breaking ball and hitting it the other way. And I think that's part of his improvement, that he's hit a lot more line drive than ground balls this year. And it's one of the reasons his average is about 50 points higher than it was last year. For a 21-year-old kid, that's a big improvement.
1-0 on Beavers.
The Yankees got double barrel going in their bullpen. They got Cruz, it looks like, and it looks like Tim Hill is up as well.
A strike. Beavers are 0 for 2, a strikeout and a fly ball to right.
Can you answer something for me, Michael?
Yeah.
Hill's almost touching Cruz when he throws. They should switch mounds. It used to bother me so much when they did it, where the arms were next to each other.
Yeah, they usually do.
Yeah.
It's kind of odd. Also, the way Hill throws, he's really close.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, come on.
So you're blaming Harkey for that?
No, I'm blaming the pitchers. And the poor catcher catching Cruz probably thinks that Tim Hill's throwing at him.
Let's check out Coors Light beating the pressure, and this regards his 4-seamer.
Yeah, that's a really low slug on a fastball. You look at Rogers, who the Yankees saw the other day. He was really good too. Oh,
Soft ground ball off the thumbs. They get 1. That's all they get.
yeah, that was off the thumbs, Michael. It looked like he was trying to get away a little bit. You know, his swing and his setup reminds me a little bit of Kyle Tucker. It's not a bad guy to model yourself after.
Well, here comes Aaron Boone. He is signaled for Hill to face Henderson. So 5 1/3 for Cam Slittler. He leaves the game 1-1, but with a runner on first base, 1 out here in the 6th. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Hyundai. Test drive a new Hyundai today, only at your local Hyundai dealer. By Untuckit, find the perfect fit today at untuckit.com or more than 80 stores worldwide. And by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. Through the years, two pretty good third basemen right there. Cam Schlittler not pleased that he was taken out, and that's a good sign.
That's a great sign. That's a great sign. I never wanted a pitcher looking at me like, come take me out. Pitched really well today. Much better than the other day against Minnesota. He continues to really learn and grow on the job, and I thought he had a really good outing today. He had to match Bradish. Now he needs a little help from Tim Hill.
3 hits for the O's, 2 for the Yanks as Hill deals low to Henderson.
And I think it's really important that he stays down with his sinker and he stays on the inner half, because Henderson will take the pitch that's up in the zone, the fastball, and hit it the other way like he did the other night for a double.
High fly ball left field. Dominguez puts it away. 2 down. Check out the Yankees bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Bednar threw 6 pitches yesterday. He could be used today. Remember, tomorrow's an off day. Weaver threw 15, so everybody is available.
You can thank Max Fried and Carlos Rodon for that. The two brilliant outings they had on Thursday and Saturday. And the Yankees had a pretty big lead and didn't have to use their back end guys a whole lot.
Mountcastle low and away from Hill, 1-0.
I think you saw Max Fried and Carlos Rodon stay away from Mountcastle most of the time with sinkers and changeups. Now Tim Hill doesn't feature a changeup, but he can throw his sinker away to him. Probably keep the ball on the ground and have some success.
One and 2 on Mountcastle. Mountcastle lined to second and struck out against Schlittler. Two and 2. Crowd of 31,974.
You write that down.
Yep. So yesterday was the biggest crowd of the 4. Swing and a miss. Got him. Good job by Hill. He gets Henderson and strikes out Mountcastle. We are tied at 1 as we take this baby to the 7th. Well, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam.
Well, this is an outstanding catch by Dylan Carlson in last inning. That would have been a 2-run double for Jason Dominguez. makes this catch, stretches out, runs into the wall, and it would probably be 3-1 if he doesn't make that catch. And you think about the catch that Beavers made on the other game they lost on Friday night, the 2-run homers.
Well, they are done with Bradish now. Dietrich Enns will come on. He's pitched well with the Orioles in 15 games, 3.51.
I was looking, he's on the 4-year plan. He was up with Minnesota in 17, Tampa Bay in 21. He's been up with Detroit and Baltimore in 25.
So next time we see him is 29?
Yeah. I think this is the young fella that and he's not young, that he got his 30th home run off of too, correct?
Yes, you are correct. 1-0. And the pitch to Chisholm. And a strike. Dietrich Enns, 34 years old, third big league season. One and two.
And he's opted to throw him the changeup a little bit more than the cutter. The cutter is what he hit the home run on Friday night.
Foul back. Two and two. Rico Garcia is up for the Orioles. And down goes Jazz, his third strikeout of the game. Well, this October, Brooklyn Nets basketball returns to Yes as coach Jordi Fernandez leads a fresh new squad loaded with 5 first-round draft picks. Tune in this Tuesday at noon for live coverage of Nets Media Day. Then catch the first preseason game on October 4th, all right here on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
So when does the season start for real? It seems really early for a preseason game.
I think it's toward the end of October, beginning of November.
Wow.
October 22nd is the first game. Nets Charlotte. 1-1 on Caballero.
This would be a really good guy for the Yankees to get on here because he can create some chaos. Get Enns to worry about the base runner a little bit more than the hitter.
2-1. One game, top of the 7th. And a bunt. Charging Jackson. Not in time. Throws it into right. Caballero will go to second. And he will stop there with a bunt single and an E5.
Really a heads-up play by Caballero, understanding that you have a middle infielder playing third base. He's made 2 errors in 8 games coming in today. He gets his bunt down, and you're going to watch Jeremiah Jackson try to make this throw. He ends up throwing it away. That allows Caballero to get to second, and now you have to worry about him stealing third. But you know I'm not a big fan of stealing third with a left-handed hitter up, and I don't know what Mancelino's arguing about. Maybe about the baseline.
And the umpires will converge and confer.
Almost felt like Adrian said, I didn't see nothing. Yeah.
And that's relayed back to Mancelino.
We'll see where he runs down this baseline. Is he in that 45 foot? He starts in the grass, but he gets in there. He's fine. I'm sure Tony saw him probably in the grass early on and thought that he may have stayed in the grass, and then they could call him out for that.
And Wells is called back as they will send Goldschmidt up to pinch hit, because Boone knows that they have to keep the lefty in for this third batter. So he's going for it right here, and then Goldschmidt will stay in and play first, and Rice will move from first to behind the plate. Goldschmidt, a legitimate threat against left-handed pitchers. Go ahead runs at second.
It also makes it much easier to steal third, because now Basayo has to throw around Goldschmidt, and that's not easy to do. And there are the numbers, Michael, what he has done off of left-handers. He has crushed them.
352. Chasing Caballero back. Now Caballero is really good stealing bases, but occasionally he gets too aggressive and will get picked off or thrown out. 48 stolen bases, that leads the majors. Dancing off second.
And when I think he gets picked off, Michael, he is a guy that I think really tries to time the pitcher, opposed to just using on an explosive lead, because he does not have a lead speed, so his timing has to be perfect, and that's why you see him jump around and try to time the pitcher.
1-2 on Goldschmidt. Hits sharply, and Henderson goes to first. Caballero stays put at second.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for McMahon here. Giancarlo.
Now you wonder, Joe, would you think about walking him because you got the lefty coming up in Grisham?
Absolutely. And what he has done lately pinch hitting, he's 4 for 7 since July 10th in pinch hitting with 2 doubles and 2 homers. Looks like they're talking about it.
Yep, they are going to walk him. So Giancarlo's day is going to be very short because they'll send in a pinch runner now.
I would think the pinch runner would be Volpe.
And that's who it is. And they'll move Caballero over to third. And that brings up Trent Grisham. And congratulations to Trent on being voted the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. 353 average, 3 home runs, 8 ribbies, an OPS of 1.251.
He had some tough characters to beat out. You think about what Judge has done. And
yep.
Max Fried, Carlos Rodon. He's had some big hits late in the game. They're just looking for one more.
Now does that uniform even have to be washed for Stanton?
Oh, I'm sure he took plenty of cuts in the cage, Michael. Probably perspired a little bit.
Well, he probably put on his uniform after the cuts in the cage.
No, he had it because he was on the bench early on. I saw him on the bench early in the game, yeah. I think he had a bat in his hand in the first inning.
1-1.
Well, Trent has been very good against the changeup and ends through a number of changeups against Jazz Chisholm. He was just underneath that fastball. Good location by ends, down and away.
Oh, they had Caballero hung up there. He took off and stopped, and then Basayo thought about throwing down to second.
I think you got to let him hit. You're dancing around. It distracts the hitter. You got to let him hit. I mean, with your speed, you understand that you're going to score on any base hit. And And then you run in the danger when you start, you take off and stop, that Volpe takes off and his head is down and he doesn't stop. And now you got two guys hung up.
Swing and a miss. And Grisham down on strikes. No runs, a hit, one error, and two men left on base. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, Yankees and the Orioles are tied at 1, but we're going to stay right here as they honor America here in Baltimore, Maryland.
And that's now time for the 7th-inning stretch, and we ask you please join Vince Sandroni in singing God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountain to the prairie to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you, guys. Lines are identical, 1-3-0 for both. Schlittler went 5 1/3. Bradish went 6. Ben Rice an RBI single. Basayo a home run. That's the only scoring in the game. There's a new defensive setup. Basayo up the middle, and there's Volpe. One pitch, one out.
It's amazing how that finds you, doesn't it, Michael? You go in for defense, and it's always hit to you. And that will be it. Looks like for Tim Hill.
Well, Boone signals to the bullpen. Hill, a good job. Tired all 3 Orioles he faced. One out in the 7th, 1-1 game. Yankees going to the pen. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by the Chili's 3 for Me, the best $10.99 you can eat. By Chef IQ, the wireless stay and food thermometer that guarantees steakhouse results. Get perfection. Visit chefiq.com. And by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today.
Oh, look at Earl throwing somebody out. One of the umpires, maybe all of them.
They don't make them like that anymore.
Oh, they're close.
To me. Here's Fernando Cruz. .7% strikeout rate with that pitch, the splitter.
What if Schlittler had a splitter?
It'd be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to be careful with anything middle in to Jeremiah Jackson, and that split is sometimes hard to control. So you got to make sure it's down in the zone.
Blue Jays lead the Royals 6-4 now in the 5th inning. (2-0) 3-0 on Jackson. A strike.
I'm surprised he wasn't swinging there, Michael. And I know he has been struggling, but he does have some power, and he got a 3-0 pitch right down the middle.
And he walked him. So Jackson at first, and that brings up Colton Cowser,
who has really struggled on off speed in his career. And if you look at what he has done this year, he's hitting 125 off of changeups and splits.
So Luis Vasquez is going to pinch run for Jackson. Missed. 1-0. Weaver getting ready. Two and 0.
Yeah, an awful lot of fastballs today, Michael. I mean, we've seen him throw 51% splitters. I think he's thrown one so far today. And he's not a guy that throws a ton of strikes with his fastball. He gets people out with his split. He's kind of abandoning it today.
Another fastball, 2-1.
This is a guy that was second in Rookie of the Year last year, 24 home runs. Not as much success this year. Got a couple kids up here throwing paper wads at each other. I'm right in the middle of it. There's that pitch, Michael. Where's it been? Look at this split.
Almost looks like a knuckleball.
Yes, it does. Yep. I got to believe he's getting another one.
Did he go? Nope.
They got to throw it again, Michael. And I would think that you would see Vasquez running here, but I still have to throw him another split here. Almost got him to chase it. Started to. He'll be more aggressive here. Hitters are always more aggressive 3-2 than 2-2.
Swing and a miss, got him. And they didn't send the runner. Big strikeout for Cruz.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Vasquez ran there too, because, you know, Michael, I love numbers. I mean, that's what I am. I've always been Binder Joe. When you look at Jackson, he was 27.5 feet per second.
Right.
Vasquez is 28. A half a foot. I know a half a foot's a lot when you're stealing a base, but if he wasn't running there, when's he running?
Oh, nice pick by Rice.
That's all that practice he gets at first base. Yeah, this is a backhand pick that he has to push off to get there. Comes up ready to throw in case the runner got too big of a lead. Really a nice play.
Did you have a favorite color, Binder?
Well, it would have been purple for Northwestern.
Okay. And blue for the Yanks.
Yeah.
And red for the Phils.
I would have looked like Caballero out there.
1-1.
I think he wears a perfect purple leg guard. I think Caballero does.
And some neon green shoes.
Yeah. Now there's the purple sleeve. I like it.
It is a cacophony of colors.
You got some big words you use, Michael.
Well, you said splitter. He heard you, Joe. He's throwing them now, 1 and 2.
If something's not working, go to something else. And we know this works. Ooh, that's an underwater hack.
Runner goes, and that's a base hit. Just punched it into right field. Vasquez will stop at third, a single for Mayo, and it's first and third with 2 men out.
Caught a break because he does not hit this ball hard. He just happens to hit it perfect. And he had a hit off of Rodon like that yesterday, where he swung to left and hit it to right, and that's exactly what he did there. You see the rear end go out, and he's able to just hit it off the end of the bat, and because Jazz was covering, it opened up the hole between second and first.
Another trip to the mound, and they call on Weaver. He'll come in with runners on the corners and 2 outs in a tie game. Well, come out to Yankee Stadium on Tuesday, September 23rd, when the Yankees kick off the final homestand of the season. They take on the White Sox. First 18,000 guests in attendance going to receive a Yankees cap courtesy of Cannon. Tickets going fast, so get yours today, Yankees.com.
Luke Weaver had a really good inning last night. 3 up, 3 down. The bullpen was great last night. 6 up and 6 down. He had 2 strikeouts. only threw 15 pitches, so he should be pretty good today.
And this is the matchup that Boone wants. He wants him to face the lefty, and that's Dylan Carlson. We've told you the numbers over and over. His numbers against lefty batters much better against righties. Vasquez at third. Mayo is at first. 2 men out, 1-1 game, bottom of the 7th inning. And a strike. Carlson did not like that call.
If he gets way ahead of him here, I would think that Mayo would be running, and I don't think the Yankees would throw through. And this is a low strike. It's pretty close. You see, yeah, it catches the front part of that knee, Michael.
One. Good changeup, 1-2.
Yeah, really good movement on this. A little up in the zone, but you see the tail, he's out in front of it. Now he's got 2 choices, a changeup below the zone, or he can go his high 4-seamer up middle.
Vasquez off third, Mayo off first, held there by Goldschmidt. Squibbed and foul. Just missed Vasquez, and Mayo was going.
And you saw the Yankees were not covering, so I would think that you would send him again. Now Ben Rice ought to go out and put out another set of signs, or they can communicate through the pitch comm too. But I actually would put signs on because it shows the other team that you're actually doing something. You're not sure with the pitch comm.
Right. Runner goes. Almost hit Carlson. No throw. So Mayo takes second on the stolen base. Third stolen base of the year.
Yeah, this ball's way inside. He's trying to come back, but it doesn't come back at all.
This top was a little blousier. He would be on first base right now. Ooh, just missed.
Yeah, down in the zone, really good pitch. He has not been able to throw him in the 4-seamer at the top of the zone middle where he wants. This is really good movement on this pitch.
So 3-2, 2 outs. Second and third, runners stay put. 1-1 game, bottom of the 7th. Orioles 4 hits, Yankees 3. And Weaver deals. Missed by a lot, bases loaded. So got ahead and then lost him. So now bases loaded for Jackson Holliday.
Yeah, who broke an 0 for 19 with a single his last at bat, and has really improved in his chase rate and his strikeout rate from last year to this year. So he's probably going to have to throw him strikes, and he's a guy that really tries to hit the ball through the middle of the field. Has a good approach, something that his father taught him.
Royals have pulled to within 6-5 of the Blue Jays in the 6th. Bases loaded here in the 7th. Foul back to the screen. Yankees 2 games behind Toronto for first place in the East. Watching that score closely, and obviously they've got to do their part. Right now it's 1-1. High fly ball, left side. Dominguez on the run in foul territory. And it's in the seats, out of play.
Well, he's got him right where he wants him, Michael. 0-2. He's a guy that probably hits breaking ball a lot better than fastballs and changeups. So you have the 2 pitches to get him out. He does not chase a lot, though. That's the thing. He only chases about 23% of the time, where the average major league hitter chases about 28.
Vasquez, a huge lead off third. 1-2.
I tell you what, Michael, that always made me so nervous. They would just break, and you would get the pitcher to twitch and not step off properly. I used to tell my third baseman, just a little bit, just make a quick step over there, maybe get the third base coach who's watching him to say back. And any ball that gets away from Rice a little bit, you have the ability to score.
Grounded, backing up Goldschmidt. Flips to Weaver, and they get out of the trouble. No runs a hit, no errors, and the bases are left loaded. I think Fernando Cruz is pumped up. We go to the 8th inning. Well, Tuesday night on Yes, don't miss a new episode of The Story of My Number, presented by the New York Lottery, as Gracie Cashman sits down with the Yankees' Oswaldo Cabrera for an inside look at the numbers that have defined his career and a special Where's Oswaldo segment. That's Tuesday after Yankees coverage on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Congratulations to The Story of My Number. They won a couple of Emmys the other day. Rico Garcia takes over. He'll face Aaron Judge, who swings at the first pitch and lofts it to center field. Who's going to get it? Cowser does.
Life moves, and so should your connection. Get fast and reliable speeds on the network that moves with you. Spectrum.
Rico Garcia threw a really good inning against the Yankees on Friday night. Strikeout, 1 inning, 1 hit. But against the lefties, Michael, it was predominantly curveball changeup. Gives Bellinger a chance to pull one into the seats is what it does.
Devin Williams celebrating his 31st birthday today, warming up for the Yanks. Drilled foul. The groans you hear from Cleveland. The Twins have taken a 3-2 lead over the Guardians, stopped the 7th inning. They were in a delay in Atlanta, but the Braves lead the Tigers 3-0 in the 7th. Two and two on Bellinger. Bellinger 0 for 3 in the game, 1 for 13 in this series. Swing and a miss. Waved at that pitch. 2 away.
Yeah, a fastball that just kind of takes off and runs, and a lot of times he will foul that pitch off, but not in this instant. Used a lot of fastballs on Bellinger in that at bat. Maybe the best at bats all day have come from Ben Rice. Maybe he can do something special.
Rice 2 for 3, drove in the only run, a single in the 6th. 1-0.
See this foul ball off the catcher and the umpire.
Fouled away. Seeing our first hint of some blue skies today.
It said about 4 o'clock it was going to start to be partly cloudy, and then it was going to get sunny.
You can see it's developing.
Yeah.
One-two count on Ben Rice. Deep to right field, going back. Beavers, it's going to be up his head, over his head and up against the wall. And Rice will stop at second with a double. That's his 3rd hit of the game.
Yeah, and he's had a great year against the Orioles. He was 8 for 23 coming in today with 3 home runs, a double and a triple. Now he adds a double, 3 hits today. He really goes down and gets this ball. And the Yankees catch a break because it hits off this chain link fence and then dies. It doesn't come back to Beavers. It kind of goes the other way and allows Ben Rice to get to second base, and now they're only a hit away from taking the lead.
So here is Dominguez. Off the end of the bat, slow roller. Fielded by Henderson, fires to first, got him. Just got the speedy Dominguez. Dominguez pointing to the Yankee dugout. He thinks he was safe.
Yeah, he really gets down the line really well, and they're going to take a look at this, Michael. See if he's safe here. I mean, I think Mayo could have probably stretched a little bit more, extended his arm. Ooh, what do you think, Michael?
I think it's a tie.
Well, if it's a tie, it's going to stay because they're not going to flip it on a tie.
What do you think?
Oh boy, I think he's safe, but I think it's going to remain the same. I don't think they're going to flip it, but I think he's safe. I mean, this is not a great stretch. You see the 90-degree angle with his arm where he could have stretched out more with his arm and probably got the ball a little bit quicker.
Ball entered, glove, foot hit the bag, seemingly at the same time. Challenge replay is brought to you by Citizens Made Ready.
Well, all I know is it's not a quick decision, so taking a really good look at this, trying to slow it down, trying to match up probably a couple of videos. People always cheer when it's on the big screen.
Man.
You don't know if those are Yankee fans cheering or Oriole fans.
Now that one looked like he might have been safe. See this angle.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. Runner is safe.
Wow.
Well, now you're in a pretty good situation because you got speed at first base. You got the first baseman holding on the runner. You got a pull hitter up. They can hit a ground ball between first and second. And it looks like they're making a change, or they're going to have a little discussion here.
It looks like a discussion because I believe that's Drew French.
Yeah. Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky. I'm telling you, he reminds me of Melky Cabrera so much.
All right, so the go-ahead runs at third base. That's Ben Rice. Dominguez at first. Jazz Chisholm at the plate. 2 men out here in the 8th inning. 1-1 game.
You can see Travis Chapman talking to Dominguez about his move, his times, what he likes to do. Because I would think the Yankees would not be afraid to be aggressive here. And I know Basayo has a great arm. But if he feels like he can get second base, I would think Aaron might turn him loose.
Dominguez 23 stolen bases. It's been a rough afternoon for Jazz. He's 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts.
And you can see Vasquez is holding Rice on pretty closely, so tells me that they're throwing through, Michael.
And that one gets past Basayo. That allows Dominguez to go to second. Rice stays put.
Man, it just didn't kick away far enough. I mean, he does a good job of getting his chest in front of this and blocking and recovering. And Garcia was kind of late, but it was a tough read for Rice. He can't get a big lead because Vasquez is close to him. Basayo's got a really good arm, and he just knew he couldn't score. But now a single scores too.
Now a little bit of an advantage as Mayo doesn't have to hold on the runner. He's playing back at first, closing up the hole a little bit. (2-0). Caballero's on deck for the Yanks.
Yeah, they're going to put him on, Michael. They're going to go after Caballero, and you get a fresh count. You're not behind. You don't do something silly, and you can challenge Caballero in a different way. The other thing about extending this inning is now you're only, if you don't get a hit here, you only need 1 hit in the next inning to get Judge back up. It becomes important.
Grounded to Vasquez. He steps on the bag, and that'll do it. So their strategy pays off. The Yankees leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Now, some of these highlights might actually be in 4K. We don't have to go that deep in the vault.
Is that like Michael K?
My whole family, 4K.
Really good changeup. Always had the great curveball. Man, was such a student of the game. I used to love to go over scouting reports with him. So much fun. Man, could he pitch, Michael? Yeah, his 20th win his last season. I'm thinking, who walks away with 20 wins in your final season? Great fielder, Mike Messina.
7 Gold Gloves, 5-time All-Star, Hall of Fame in 2019. They still love Messina here in Baltimore. Devin Williams comes on for the Yankees. He'll face 2, 3, and 4 in the Orioles order, starting with Dylan Beavers. Mentioned his 31st birthday today. 85 strikeouts in 58 innings. Quickly 0-2. See, Cade Stroud is up for the O's.
Yeah, with right, left, right. They don't have Keegan Aiken up.
Strike 3. Beavers down looking.
I'm not sure what he was looking at. I mean, he was acting like it wasn't a strike. And that had plenty in the strike zone to come back on the sinker. I mean, this is inner third. It's not even on the inside corner. It's a good thing it's not an older umpire that has a little attitude, because would have asked him what he was thinking, young man. He got a month in the big leagues.
Henderson takes a strike, took the change up. That's a great change, 0-2.
Yeah, especially after he threw the first one for a strike. It was a called strike, and then you get the same look to it. By look at the bottom fall out of that.
Cam Schlittler got the start, then Tim Hill, Fernando Cruz, and Luke Weaver, and now Devin Williams.
Just a well-pitched game from both starters. Cam went toe-to-toe with Bradish.
One game, bottom of the 8th. Final game of this 4-game set. Yankees have taken 2 of the first 3. Did he go? Yes, he did. And Henderson waves his arm dismissively at the third base ump, Quinn Walcott.
I've seen that before. Another left-handed hitter. He'd also put his hands on his hips sometimes. I don't know about that, Michael. That's pretty close. I think the other left-handed hitter, I'm thinking it would have been a little bit more demonstrative.
A little bit.
And the demonstration wouldn't be over yet. There's some things in the dugout.
It would be when water cooler heads prevail. 1-1.
Yeah, he's been susceptible to that the whole series, the fastball up. If you get it down middle end, he can hurt you and hit it in the seats. But if you can stay away from him, he'll chase off the plate a little bit, a couple inches.
One and 2 on Mountcastle. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts today. That's who's coming up for the Yanks. Goldsmith, Volpe, and Grisham. And anybody gets on, Judge. Minnesota still leads Cleveland 3-2. Toronto holding on against KC 6-5. Bottom of the 7th in Kansas City. Three and two. Swing and a miss, got him. Went with the fastball. And Williams on his birthday strikes out the side. Didn't have to blow out any candles. He just got his wish. 3 straight outs. Well, Tuesday on Yes, the Bombers are back in the Bronx to kick off the final homestand of the regular season against the White Sox. Coverage will begin at 6 with Audi batting practice in the pregame, with first pitch scheduled for 7:05 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Devin Williams pumped up. Really good inning for him. He strikes out the side. Now we go to the 9th inning. New pitcher for the Orioles. It's a 28-year-old right-hander, Cade Stroud. You see his numbers in 22 games. Perhaps too many walks, 19 strikeouts in 24 innings. He did pitch on Thursday, went 1-2-3 in the 9th inning, with strikeouts of Judge and Bellinger included.
Throws a lot of cutters, Michael. A lot of cutters. He gets a lot of ground balls, about 43% cutters. 57% ground balls. Get up to 96.
Goldschmidt swings and misses. Bednar's up for the Yankees. Dropped a nice breaking ball in there for a strike.
Pitching Goldie in a lot. He's been hit once. And this is a situation where the Orioles have so many new relievers. The Yankee hitters don't really have a lot of experience with them, and it makes it tougher on the hitter, I believe. Advantage pitcher.
2-2. And he waved at that one. Swung to a cutter. One away.
Yeah, he throws a good cutter after throwing him a lot of sinkers, and it kind of backs up a little bit. Goldschmidt's just underneath it. Volpe has swung the bat really well since he's come back. 3 for 10 in this series. The last 4 games, 5 for 14.
One and 0, still sitting on 19 home runs, trying to join the list of Yankees with 20 or more home runs.
I think he'll be pitched different than Goldschmidt. I think they'll stay away from Anthony.
One and one. Prada started, ends Garcia, now Stroud. 1-1 game, top of the ninth. And the pitch. Volpe swings and misses 2 away.
He's been really tough on the Yankees in 2 outings they've seen him. He talked about his 1-2-3 inning on Thursday night. This is just a good 4-seamer that has some carry to it, and Anthony's just underneath it a little bit. This is one guy, though, he needs to be careful with that 4-seamer and that cutter.
Gets a high strike. One and one. One and two.
He's given him nothing to swing at, and that's the one thing that's really impresses me about Trent Grisham. He doesn't go out of his zone the first 2 strikes. He is patient. He knows what he's looking for. One of the lowest chase rates in baseball. Juan Soto is the only one that's better. He goes up with a plan and sticks with it. Comes harder with 2 strikes, though.
Just missed.
Looked like Basayo looked to the dugout like, is anyone going to yell here?
That didn't just miss, it was low.
Yeah. Catcher's fooling you, Mike.
Yep. Swing and a miss. Stroud comes in and strikes out the side. And Judge remains on deck. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning, 1-1 game. Yankees' upcoming schedule brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. Monday's off, then the Yankees are back home 3 against the White Sox, and they finish the regular season with 3 against the Orioles. Now that second week, if they're in a wild card, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And if they're a first-place team in the American League East, it'll be later on in the week they'll start the ALDS.
ALDS would start on Saturday, I'm assuming.
David Bednar with a 2.61 ERA in 18 games with the Yanks. Before he throws a pitch, Joe, you remember on this day in 2008? Very emotional, the last game at the old Yankee Stadium.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
I did not realize that was today.
Great speech at the end by Derek Jeter. Yankees won that game 7-3 as they close the old ballpark. Basayo leads off. And the first pitch, a curveball strike. Basayo, Vasquez, and Cowser. Yankees looking for extra innings here. Josh Chisholm with a nice hop. One away. Let's take a look at that home run, the only run by the Orioles on StatCast Google Cloud. 104.8 exit velocity. It went 420 feet.
And hitting number 11,
So Jordan Westberg is going to pinch hit for Luis Vasquez.
It seemed like they tried to give him the day off today. He had been really struggling. 1 for 12 in this series, 1 for 20 since he's come off the IL. Before that, the 50 games before that, he was swinging the bat really well, and then he turned his ankle, and he has struggled since he's come back. Ouch.
You better be okay because Wells is out of the game.
Off the leg, that's okay. You'll heal from that.
Got both legs.
Yeah. It's the first one. I was talking to him the other day when we were getting on the bus, talking about there was one day he hit like 3 balls off his leg. He took like 2 foul tips. I'm like, buddy, I mean, it's one thing when you're catching, you get a foul tip, but don't hit so many balls off your legs when you're hit. Really good curveball from Bednar here. The only thing he can do is possibly hit it off the end. It's not a ball that's easy to hit out of the ballpark because it's just off the plate. Ooh.
Boy, he has a starter's arsenal. Judge preparing for the at-bat if it comes in the 10th inning. High fly ball. Grisham over. With the extra inning rules, Joe, I hate Judge leading off because they very well might walk him.
Yeah, you might walk him, especially with Aiken probably coming into this game. I would think that they would walk him, but it gives you a chance to score multiple runs too. You know, you have a chance with Judge up, but you're going to have a couple base runners on, and because I think when you're the visiting team, you don't want to give away outs, and you want to really score more than one.
0-1 on Cowser. Also, the fewer pitchers that Bednar throws, you could possibly throwing for a second inning.
Yes, that's right. Except he threw yesterday, so I would think that they would probably stay away from that. And I would think that you would see Duvall. Had he not pitched yesterday, I think they would use him maybe for a second inning if he doesn't throw a lot of pitches.
Even though he threw 6 pitches yesterday?
Doesn't matter, Michael. He had to warm up. He was up.
Breaking ball didn't break. 3-1.
It broke. It was just going to really start to break when it got to the back wall.
Blue Jays extend their lead over the Royals to 7-5, top of the 8th inning. And he walked him. Cowser walks for the second time today. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and that'll bring up Kobe Mayo.
He's got 11 stolen bases, so you got to pay attention. And he was hopping around out there the last time, trying to run. So you have to be careful.
He had a stolen base in the 5th.
And so he's 12 for 12 now.
Yep. There he goes. Huge jump. Throw to second. Not even close. Man, that was a running jump.
These are little things that cost you games where you know that he's going to try to run and you have to pay attention. And I know David tried to get rid of it quick and be quick, but he timed it perfect. Mayo's had a couple of hits the last couple of days where he's kind of squeaked them through between second and first base.
Curveball drops in for a strike. 1-1. So Cowser is the winning run in scoring position. Batted around by Rice.
Trying to frame it, it kind of popped out of his glove, and he almost caught it the second time. You see him trying to pull this back, and it almost gets by him off his arm.
Minnesota now has jumped up 6-2 over Cleveland. Toronto up 8-5. 2-2. You know, Joe, we always talk about due. Cleveland can't win every game. They've won 10 in a row.
10 in a row, yeah. Picked up 8 games in 10 days. They also won a doubleheader yesterday and beat Joe Ryan. I mean, that's not easy to do, to win a doubleheader.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th, 1-1 game. Swing and a miss. And that'll do it here in the 9th as the Orioles strand 1. We've got free baseball coming up. Bonus cantos as we go to the 10th, tied at 1. All right, it is 1-1, 10th inning. Yankees will start off with Trent Grisham at second base. Aaron Judge leading off. Cade Stroud struck out the side in the 9th. He's still in there. And it looks as if they're going to pitch to Judge.
Stroud has faced 6 hitters in this series and has struck out 5 of them. Looks like Duvall is up for the Yankees. Aiken is ready to come in for Bellinger, I believe.
Well, since these extra inning rules came into effect in 2020, Yankees have the best record in baseball in home extra inning games, 29-15, and they're the team with the worst record in baseball on the road in extra innings, 15-28.
That would make them 1 game over 500.
Yep. Judge did strike out against Stroud on Thursday. So did Bellinger. Bellinger's on deck. Grisham at second. Nobody out in the 10th. 1-1.
Michael, I think at this point I just put him on.
Turned him loose. Threw him a cutter, swung on and missed.
Yeah, I think Aaron was probably guessing fastball. And I don't think he's going to see a fastball in this situation. I think you're going to have to chase something if you want to hit. You hope that he hangs something in the middle of the plate.
Foul ball on the check swing, 3-2. Judge is 0 for 3 and was hit by a pitch in this game.
Yeah, another good cutter. I mean, he's thrown him a number of cutters. This is down in the zone. Now he's gotten back in the count. You got to give the kid a lot of credit. 24 years old, tough situation. Some great learning moments right here.
And he walked him.
Yeah, we're going to look at this pitch sequence by Stroud. He's going to start him with a cutter away. Ball 1, another cutter. I mean, it's the pitch that he uses the most. He throws 3 in a row. He's not getting away from it. He throws a perfect one, 3-0. Throws another really good one, 3-2. And tries to freeze him on the fastball. And again, I said they froze him on a lot of fastballs with 2 strikes. He just missed down.
So that's going to do it for Stroud. Yankees have runners on first and second. Nobody out. Bellinger coming up. Aiken coming in.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised.
This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Bellinger against Keegan Aiken.
I love that Westberg can't just say that you're not going to bunt. He has to play. Now he's going to back up now with ball 1, but playing somewhat in. It leaves a bigger hole between short and third.
2-0. Grisham at second, Judges at first. 1-1 game, top of the 10th. Aiken deals. Line drive. It is a base hit to left field. Grisham rounds third. He's going to stop right there as the throw comes in. It's bases loaded for the Yankees and nobody out here in the 10th.
And you have a hot hitter up in Ben Rice. And Keegan Aiken has a very good breaking ball, but he also is willing to throw his fastball. And Bellinger just does a great job of taking this high fastball. The only problem is, Michael, he hit it too hard. The one hopper right to Dylan Carlson, and Grisham couldn't score. Need to get it down the line a little bit.
So here's Rice. Rice has half of the Yankee hits in this game. Yankees have 6 hits. He has 3. Drove in the Yankees' only run. RBI single in the 6th.
You look at the Orioles infield, the middle is back. I think Westberg and Mayo will let the ball determine where they're going to go. If it's a slow hopper, they'll go home. If it's a ball to the right of Mayo, he'll go to second, try to turn the double play.
Squibb third base and just misses the bag. Oh. Definitely would have scored the run. They would have gotten the force on Judge at third.
Man, that was almost a thing of beauty, Michael. That's the one that you hope hits the bag and goes up, kicks away from the third baseman. Just foul. Westberg, if it was a ball hit to his left, I would think that he would go and turn the double play. But anything in front of him to his right, he's coming home.
1-2. Driven deep to right center field. Way back. See ya. A grand slam for Ben Rice. What a Sunday for Rice, and the Yankees take a 5-1 lead.
Oh, Benny boy. 24th homer, 61 RBIs, a huge hit. Give the bullpen a little breathing room with the runner starting on second at the bottom of the 10th. Man, he got a fastball. He didn't miss it, Michael. He was trying to go up in the zone, and Ben Rice, wow.
A Sunday special for Rice. 2 singles, a double, and a grand slam. He's driven in all 5 Yankee runs. Austin Slater will pinch hit for Jason Dominguez.
How great is that if you're a Yankee player and you hear the "Let's Go Yankee" cheers, and you see a lot of Red Sox people exiting the ballpark right now, or Orioles, excuse me.
I think Red Sox people are exiting the broadcast right now.
Yeah.
They're playing Sunday Night Baseball tonight. They were probably tuned in and want to see that.
His command the other night when he came in was perfect.
Yeah, now it's completely the opposite.
Yeah.
Three and one on the pinch hitter Slater. Three and two.
A healthy cut right there. Good to see. Tell you what, he was so good those years that he was in San Francisco and played a great role the year that they won over 100 games. Always being ready to come in when they brought a lefty, starting against lefties. Michael, does it seem like foul balls are hit harder backwards here towards us than other parts?
I think the screen's a little bit lower.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think that's it. So you get the full brunt. 3-2. Still 3 and 2. Minnesota's beaten Cleveland, so Cleveland's 10-game win streak is snapped. And that shaves one off the magic number. It's 4 now for the Yanks to clinch a playoff spot as Slater down on strikes.
Yeah, this home run, I mean, this is a fastball almost down the middle, belt high, and he knew he got it as soon as he hit it. What a big hit for Ben Rice. God, he's been so important to this lineup, and he has been productive. And I just feel, Michael, he's getting better and better and better. The holes are getting smaller in his swing, and he's becoming extremely dangerous.
No doubt about it, to the bench. That one's driven deep to right field. There it goes. See ya. A home run for Chisholm, and the Yankees lead 6-1.
Number 31 for Jazz. The slug has been off the charts the last 20 games. Now he needs to go get another stolen base, Michael. Get 31-31. I hope that he doesn't have to do it tonight.
And Mansolino has seen enough. Keegan Aiken just did not have it. The lefty couldn't get out the lefty. Bellinger, Rice, or Chisholm.
And you see this home run by Jazz Chisholm. Looks like a little changeup almost that he left in. He was trying to get away. It's frustrating when those things happen. You don't make your pitch. Big league hitters don't miss them.
Jazz had time to watch it. Keegan Aiken departs. And a couple of Yankee home runs have given them a 6-1 lead here in the top of the 10th inning. Mansolino goes to the bullpen again.
Well, a couple of good at-bats before Ben Rice gets up with the bases loaded in the top of the 10th and hits this grand slam. And the Jazz decides he's going to join the party. Put the Yankees up 6-1 with his 31st home run.
Yaromil Giraldo comes in for the Orioles, and he deals a strike to Caballero.
A really high arm angle, Michael, 62 degrees. It's almost like you're facing Iron Mike. Remember that machine?
Yep. The son of Iron Mike is the traject machine.
Yeah, there might be a couple generations.
All right, the grandson.
I'm thinking great grandson.
The 1-1. Driven into center field. Cowser on the run, going back. He's not going to get there. And it goes all the way to the wall. And Caballero with a double. His second hit of the afternoon.
Boy, have the bats awakened this inning. You looked at the first 9 innings. The pitching for the Baltimore Orioles was brilliant. This inning, not so. Caballero hits his hard double line drive over Cowser's head. No chance to catch this. Hits off the bottom of the wall, and a for sure double. And I would think that the Yankees would continue to run here because every win means so much at this point.
Here's Goldschmidt. All right, so the Blue Jays have beaten the Royals 8-5. So if the Yankees hold on here, they'll go into the off day back 2 games behind Toronto with 6 to go.
Wow. The good thing about that is Toronto has to play Boston, and Boston's playing for their lives right now. And what you don't want them doing is playing teams that don't have anything to play for.
And we're not trying to sell you anything, but it's going to be tough. I mean, they're essentially 3 games out because they lose the tiebreaker, so that's a lot to make up in 6. But can it be done? Yeah, it can be done. Those are the standings up to the moment. Red Sox will play tonight. And there's a walk to Goldschmidt. So here in the 10th inning, the Yankees will send up their 9th batter to the plate.
Running out of room here, Michael, on my scorecard.
So here's Volpe. Came into the game as a pinch runner in the 7th. His first at bat in the 9th, he struck out. First and second, 1 man out. Grounded and through for a base hit. Caballero rounds third. He will score. It's an RBI single for Volpe, and the Yankees are pouring it on. It's 7-1.
Another hit for Anthony Volpe since he's come back from the quarter zone shot, his 6th in 15 at bats. He swung the bat really well. He's been aggressive defensively. He's just played really well since he's come back, and he gets, it looks like a slider that kind of backs up, and he's able to pull it into the hole by Westberg. The good speed of Caballero makes it easy for him to score, and the Yankees are pouring it on, Michael.
Not to correct myself, Grisham is the 9th batter. You look down at the scorecard, he was the inherited runner, the ghost runner. So now he comes up and he is the 9th batter to come to the plate.
But you still have to write the 11th inning is the 10th now.
I know you hate that.
Oh. Troy's telling us that we have to cheat.
See, I
and
don't
put
do
two
that.
Well, you can't. What are you going to draw a line down the middle before the inning starts?
Yeah.
That's going to look silly.
Much too sloppy. You just make the 11th inning the 10th. Continuation.
So on my scorecard, I use red for base runners and blue for outs.
Right.
There's a lot of red in the 10th inning. There's only one blue.
There's only one blue. Slater strikeout. Waved at that pitch. 1-2 on Grisham. Judge is on deck, so barring a double play, he'll have another opportunity at number 50, and Doval's getting ready, try to get the final 3 outs in the bottom of the 10th. That one gets away, and the runners move up. Just a nightmare inning for the Orioles.
I was thinking the never-ending inning, and this is a changeup that's in the dirt, really far in front of a Basayo. It has a chance to really respond when it hits the dirt with the spin and go to his left, and he just can't get over it. That's the thing about being on one knee. I would say 80% of the pitchers it's fair with, because when they miss, they don't miss by that much. but there is that 20%.
Swing and a miss. Chase a pitch way out of the zone.
That pitchers in the dirt miss a lot, and you don't have much of a chance to block it. Your only chance is to pick it. Well, that's a lot of movement on a changeup.
Well, fans, after the final out, get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from the manager, plus a look ahead to the series with the White Sox. All coming up on the W.B. Mason Yankees postgame. Here's Judge. Judge walked to start the inning. Jumped up 3-0 in the count, then worked it to 3-2, then eventually walked on a close pitch low. High pop-up. Mayo makes the play in fair territory for the final out. But the Yankees with 6 runs, and it was a long ball. A grand slam off the bat of Ben Rice. Rice is cooking. And then it was time for Jazz Chisholm. He goes yard over the high wall. Little Euro step. And the Yankees lead 7-1. Here in Baltimore, we go to the bottom of the 10th inning. The Yankees are up 7-1. So let's go over this road trip. 2 out of 3 in Boston, 2 out of 3 in Minnesota. And if they take 3 out of 4 here, Joe, that's about as good a long road trip. They go 7-3.
That's a brilliant road trip for me. And there's a big difference between 6-4 and 7-3. It's just outstanding baseball. They've done it with great starting pitching. They've swung the bats extremely well. There's some guys in the bullpen that have been really good. Bednar and Williams and Luke Weaver. And it seems like things are starting to fall into place a little bit. So you want to see Duvall have another good outing like the last couple that he has had.
And the Yankees, if they win this one, Joe, would go a season high 20 games over 500. They go to 88-68. Duvall looks like he's starting to find it a little. 4 consecutive scoreless appearances for him. He's got a lot of room to work here. Mayo starts it off at second base as the ghost runner. And Dylan Carlson will start it off. And a strike. A nice easy 99.
Yeah, just 99 cutter on the back door, a little cutter. You know, I can get it to 101 if you want.
Line drive, right field. Slater makes the play. Little ice cream cone that stays in there for the first out.
A little snow cone, Michael. He had to jump for it. It was probably knuckling a little bit. Carlson hit this ball really hard. And he has to jump for it a little bit. And that's why I think it was knuckling, just because of the route he took. It was like he thought it was going to hook more and it stopped. And look at the ball. Again, Michael, there's no bad hops in the air.
So here's Jackson Holiday, 1 for 4, 1 for his last 21. High fly ball, left side, long run for everyone. Oh, what a play by Caballero for out number 2. Outstanding over the shoulder.
Mike, there's a couple of things on this play that are amazing to me. Obviously, everyone's running, and this is a great catch. But if you look at Goldschmidt, he was in a dead sprint across the infield to cover third base, understanding that nobody was going to be there. It's a really great play by Caballero and a heads-up play by Paul Goldschmidt. I always say on defense, no matter where the ball is hit, there's always some place for a fielder to be moving. And you saw that, you know, Paul Goldschmidt knows how to play this game.
Beavers takes upstairs. Beavers 0 for 4. Yankees are an out away. Slider misses outside. Waved at that one.
7-1, 2-0 slider.
Tough league.
Oh man, Michael. Thank God I don't have to play now.
Should give credit with the Blue Jay victory over the Orioles. They clinch a postseason berth. They don't clinch the American League East, but they clinch a postseason berth for the 4th time in 6 seasons. So congratulations to Toronto, which has had a terrific season.
Well, you hope they celebrate really hard, and they a little exhausted for the next few days.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
No, that looked like it nipped the corner, Michael.
Edwin Jimenez thought differently.
He's had a really good game behind home plate tonight. And I thought Quinn Walcott had a really good game last night.
3-2. And a walk to Beavers.
Shortstop number 2.
So of the 3 games we did, Joe, we weren't as high on Adrian Johnson behind the plate.
Well, I didn't say that.
I'm saying it. All right. Henderson is 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts, 2 fly balls to left.
Gunner's probably saying, you didn't call that on the rookie before me, and you're going to call that on me? Really?
One and one. Two and one. First and second, 2 men out. Yankees up by 6, bottom of the 10th. Three and one.
Got to find the strike zone again. He's kind of lost it the last. He got ahead of Beavers and then kind of lost it, and he hasn't found it back. Challenge him with a good cutter here. See if he's late, and he'll pop it up to Cody Bellinger.
This is not what you want with a 6-run lead. So now the Orioles have the bases loaded.
You know, we talk about how hard it is to hit today's game. You see 7-1 game, 2 outs. Dylan Beaver sees a 2-0 curveball. Guys don't pitch to the score anymore. They pitch to get you out. You would think 7-1 he would challenge him with a fastball, but they're going to pitch to get you out all the time. Might be a good time for Ben Rice to go out there and just slow him down,
Jazz Chisholm's doing it.
Yeah.
And Rice will follow, and now the entire infield.
My favorite guy I ever saw to go to the mound as a position player was Mo Vaughn. He would stomp when he went to the mound because he usually went in a situation like that and he would be upset that this was going on. And I used to laugh when he would do it. It'd be like stomping to the pitcher's mound.
So 1-0 on Ryan Mountcastle. Doval deals. So in your Yankee career, not managing, playing, what infielder gave the most sage advice in those situations?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think Tino was good. I really do. I think Tino had an idea of what needed to be done, and he had a presence about him.
So 2-1 on Ryan Mountcastle. He's 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Bases loaded. Bottom of the 10th. He's all over the place right now. 3-1. Now he's got a bad demeanor on the mound, looking down, shoulder slumped. Three and 2. Got the call on that one.
No, that's a strike. It's just that it looked like it was going to be inside, and because it's that cutter, you're going to see it cut back to the inside part of the plate.
So the runners will go 3-2, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it. Yankees win 7-1 in 10 innings. A big grand slam by Ben Rice. Chisholm added a home run of his own. Really good pitching by the Yankees. Great road trip. They're 20 games over 500, and they are finished with the road in the regular season.
I can't agree with you more. You get brilliant starting from Cam Schlittler that's having to match against Kyle Bradish, who's as good as anyone in baseball. Matched him 1 run to 1 run. The bullpen comes in and does a good job, and they finally get to the Orioles bullpen with a grand slam by Ben Rice, his 4th hit of the day, and another homer from Jazz Chisholm.
So they take 3 out of 4 here in Baltimore, 7-10-0, beating 1-4-1. And the Yankees have to feel good as they head home to enjoy their final off day of the regular season. We'll come back, we'll give out awards, and then